Welcome everyone to another episode of Non-Apologetic News. News for people who hate the news. As I was last week and am this week, also I am Travesty. And next to me is my friend Body Bag. We are Non-Apologetic News. First up today, the news is going to take us to Michigan. A clerk chooses a $1 million lottery ticket for a Michigan woman. This is where it gets interesting. A 47-year-old woman walked into the store, the Miller Point Mart in Flint, welcome to Flint Town, to buy some scratch-off lottery tickets, but she didn't know which tickets she wanted to buy. I asked the clerk to pick some lottery tickets for me, she said. I was on my lunch break and decided to scratch them before heading back into work. When I realized I had won $1 million, I thought for sure I was reading the ticket wrong. The player won the top prize from a $10 cash game ticket. The winner said some of the jackpot will go towards funding a family vacation and the rest will go into her savings. Do you notice that none of that is going to the clerk?
Right. Give him a little something.
That's kind of what I want to base the story on here, not this nonsense. You know, this is really a greedy woman wins $1 million. But, okay, let's say $1 million. Obviously, let's just for the sake of argument say she takes the lump sum, so she's going to get considerably less, and she's going to pay taxes on top. So let's just even say she gets $500,000 clear. Okay, she wins $500,000 cash. You can't go in and give that guy 10 grand.
All right.
But this is the kind of thing we're dealing with. This is a very entitled person who got the money and is now saying, I didn't need him. I'm the one who won. You know, I don't know how people operate like this or people like this even exist. I don't know. Let's say it's sake of argument. Let's say you win $1 million today. Okay. What is the first big purchase you are doing?
Shit, probably a house.
House is a good one. I was thinking, yeah, I would do a house. I would also do a reliable vehicle. And I would take care of that guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially if he picked the ticket.
He picked the ticket. She walked in. She had her lousy little $10. Which one? And he says, hey, this one's hitting or this one hasn't hit in a while. You know, if you've ever worked at a gas station, they have their own, like, they're like, well, it's on number 120, so that means it's about to go. You know, the cards are numbered on the back. But what is this woman's name? Because I would like everyone to know. Her name is not in the story. Her name was not released. So that's great. But anyways, this just happened in October. It's a 47-year-old woman from Genesee County. And she went to the Miller Point Mart in Flint Town. And she is a very selfish woman.
So selfish.
I say, though, just for luck, I'd say that both of us need to buy a lottery ticket on our way home.
I just might do that.
What do you got for us?
All right, we're going to head to Oklahoma, where a Oklahoma minister was tackled by witness who caught him on video fondling a child. Yeah, well, it doesn't get that bad. I mean, it is, but a small-town minister has been arrested by Oklahoma City police, but not before he was confronted and physically detained by an adult who accused him of touching a child inappropriately at a school bus stop. And by physically detained, I mean they beat the shit out of him.
That is out cold.
According to Oklahoma City police, an adult man allegedly saw and videotaped Michael Eric Coghill, 33, touching a 9-year-old inappropriately on the morning of September 22nd as the child and other youths waited at a school bus stop. All right, police said the witness told the reporting officer that a child had indicated there was a jogger who had been coming to the bus stop and touching youths as they waited for the school bus. The man told police the child said that the guy had touched him on the back and that he didn't like the way that it made him feel. The witness told police he decided to park his car near the bus stop on Wednesday to check on what the child had told him. The man said he saw Coghill jog by the bus stop once before any youths had appeared. The man told police he watched from his car as Coghill stopped and began touching one of the youths. The man videotaped the encounter before confronting Coghill about touching the child. When Coghill tried to run, the witness physically restrained him until police arrived.
Well, I mean, it's kind of an all's well that ends well, I suppose.
Yeah, I say that guy caught him and, beat the shit out of him until the police showed up. What I kind of don't get about it is Hey, this is going on. Why sit there and like record it? Well, yeah, if I saw that immediately, I'm gonna, think be on that dude's ass.
I honestly halfway think this story's BS. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm just trying to think the best of people, but who stops their car, runs over, and just like grabs some D of some kid?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it is it's not far-fetched that a man would molest people, because we see that evil happens every day.
Right.
But that's not to say it didn't happen. Don't come beat me up now. But, that is pretty crazy right there. But if he did, I'm glad these guys were there to eventually, when they put their phones down, beat the shit out of him. Well, that has restored my faith in humanity.
Right.
I don't know about you. Anything else to say about this scumbag?
No, fuck him.
Fuck him is right. All right. Well, it's not as bad as your story, I guess. Okay, here we go. We're going to South Carolina. Now, a South Carolina teacher was arrested after student takes marijuana gummies from prize box in classroom.
It's a neat school.
And look at her. I mean, she looks like she likes to party. All right, Lexington, South Carolina. South Carolina teacher was arrested after a student allegedly found and took a pack of marijuana gummies from a classroom prize box. The teacher is 27 years old and is charged with possession of a Schedule I drug. Marijuana is edibles, I guess. Okay, the Lexington County Sheriff's Department launched an investigation after a report that a student at Rocky Creek Elementary School had taken a pack of marijuana edibles from a prize box in a teacher's classroom. The prize box was being used to reward students. When the student took the pack of edibles, the teacher allegedly told the child to pick something else from the box. The student returned to the box and grabbed another pack of edibles.
She's got a box of fucking edibles.
The next day, investigators searched her home and found packs of edibles similar to those found in the classroom. No students ate any of the THC-laced products. I don't believe that part, but I agree with you here. Who has that many edibles that you don't notice multiple packs missing? Multiple packs missing. Also, who mixes them with regular candy? You know what I mean? Does she just like sit at home and play like Russian roulette where she doesn't pay attention to which bag of candy she eats, and then at the end of the night she sees how high she is?
And then takes them to school and just
takes them to school.
In the box. It's like, I'm gonna fuck one of these kids up today.
And we hear about this kind of stuff all the time come Halloween time. You'll hear that fear factor thing on the news where it's like, you better check your kids. No one's giving your kids edibles by accident. That just doesn't happen, for one. So all the grandmas can rest assured, all the grandmas who watch this particular program, that your kids are not getting edibles unless they really want them.
Not giving to them on purpose either.
I do have a problem with a lot of these edibles, though, because of, like they said on here, they make them look like candy. Like all the edibles I've seen, they'll have like Scooby-Doo or Donald Duck or Fred Flintstone going yabba dabba doo on the front. That's just stupid. I mean, if we want to go underneath this mirage, this nonsense that, we're passing this for medicinal reasons, then we need to make it look like medicine, right? Because all this is going to do is make lawmakers push back harder in not making this legal nationwide. And I mean, I think I speak for probably everyone that would watch this program that that's what we want. So let's start acting right, Let's not yabba dabba do it. And
marketing to kids and shit is pretty much.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I mean, you could say it's not, because technically it's not. But like, come on, make it, put a prescription on it. If we're gonna say this is a prescription product, put a prescription tab on it. Make it look like something no one would want. Like I said, lawmakers are gonna use this kind of exact story, and they're gonna pull up the yabba dabby doo bars, and they're gonna stop it from being legal in South Carolina in this case. So, get your stuff together, America.
All right. Discuss this MGK fella.
That's Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
For those who don't know.
Yeah.
He wears pink.
Yeah, he does. All right. Was at the MTV Awards. Mm-hmm. They say out there on the red carpet or whatnot. He gets into an altercation with Conor McGregor. There was a pictures taken or whatnot, but no audio. Nobody knows what was really said. Supposedly, Conor came up and asked a picture for him with him.
Highly unlikely.
Yeah, because Machine Gun Kelly was at one of his fights a few weeks prior. But first off, I don't know about how strong Machine Gun Kelly is, but McGregor's not probably one you want to fuck with.
And definitely not scared of 120 pound.
That's his job, is to fucking break faces. He goes on and now is trying to start shit with Slipknot. They're performing it was Riot Fest, maybe. And there's two
Sludge
stages.
Fest, I think it was. Sludge Fest.
There's two stages going. Slipknot's performing on one. Machine Gun Kelly's calling it on the other, performing. So Machine Gun Kelly stops the show, asks them to turn on the lights, and asks the crowd who's here to see me instead of these 50-year-old weird dudes wearing masks.
Seemed like more people would be at a festival to see Slipknot than MGK.
Yeah. So I was curious. Why's this guy starting the shit with Slipknot? I don't know how the beef with Eminem went down. Well, apparently Corey Taylor was supposed to be on his new album, Tickets to My Downfall.
Tickets to My Downfall.
Corey Taylor wrote a verse and everything for it. Machine Gun Kelly liked it. And then I guess Machine Gun Kelly wanted to write some lyrics for Corey Taylor. And Corey Taylor politely declined. He's like, no, that's not what I do. And it's like, if that's what you want, find another guy. And so now Machine Gun Kelly went on to, well, he's just bitter because he's done a new album.
So Corey Taylor actually passed in the end on being on MGK's new album.
And the other, because he didn't want to do his or Machine Gun Kelly's lyrics. He had his own, and that's what he does. Well, so Machine Gun Kelly started talking shit about Corey Taylor being bitter. And so Corey Taylor emails from Travis Barker and MGK to what it was like, no, this is what fucking went down.
Regarding the exchange about the song.
Machine Gun Kelly emailed and was like, love the verse, I'm a huge fan, yada, yada, yada. And then went on about writing lyrics, and said Corey Taylor, politely, it's like, no, thank you. That's not all about. And
that's kind of what happens when you get famous so young, though. Because it, like, for us sitting here, it would take a lot of balls for me to tell a legend how to do anything.
Right.
But MGK got famous with his little Diddy deal when he was like 18 years old.
Yeah, and before that, man, I liked it. He was awesome.
He was awesome. He was a chopper.
Was fucking fantastic.
And he was packing almost like arenas inside of Cleveland before he got the Diddy deal. I can remember the day it happened or when I found out about it. There was a video that Diddy posted online. I must have been following MGK. I don't follow Diddy. And Diddy's he said he was in Spain or something 6 times there in the video. He's like, I'm in Spain, but I want to let everybody know I just signed this white boy. And I'm going to go back to being in Spain. And, but at that point I was like, this is going to go badly. And then MGK turned into a fashion model.
Right.
But I do think the tickets for my downfall, MGK's right where MGK should be right now, even though that spot is Blink-182 15 years ago.
Right.
It's even got Travis behind it. And what's weird is he even takes on that sort of affect, that tone. Have you heard the record?
I tried to listen to a few songs.
That tone to his voice even has that whiny, cringy sort of Blink sound to it.
Right.
It's not like how MGK has sounded to this point. So, but it's things go in trends. You could talk to a younger kid and they're going to be like, nuh-uh, MGK's brand new. No one's ever done it like that, because they don't understand. But that's how trends work. Right now, the trend in the mainstream is to not be able to rap on beat and to be a disgusting human being. But I think in 5 years' time, it's going to come back to where the world wants killers. They want murderers and choppers and,
I said his beef is going to work out too well for him. I mean, did a show after that. Fans tried to rush him and fight him. Did a show after that, and they were chucking glass bottles and tree branches at him on stage.
Was he performing in the woods?
I don't fucking know, but they, yeah, that's what happened. All right, you got anything else for us?
Yeah, one last thing here before we go. Nintendo, they came out with their new Switch, right? They call it the Switch OLED, which is for the type of screen it is. It's a slightly larger screen. I think it's 0.7 inches. Has a little bit more storage, which matters none because if you're going to get a memory, a SD card for it anyways. They say it's improved sound. I don't really know. It's crazy, though, that Nintendo can put out a brand new console, call it a brand new console, and still be using the same chipset, the same internals from 2015 when this thing originally came out, because that's what they're doing. They've changed nothing internally. They put the new screen on it, said they redid the sound, little more storage, and then they do have a better flipper on the back, a better kickstand. But I don't notice too much of a difference with the thing. But it makes me think, for $350, like, who is this for? You know, is this just for diehard Mario fans? It's kind of for me because of the bezel, that black stripe that's all the way around the screen, you know, that big thick one on regular Switches.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I carry my Switches to, like, doctor's appointments or DMV or anytime I'm going to be waiting for a while, and that just annoys the hell out of me. Just having that black stripe around there. I don't know why, but it bothers me. What also bothers me is just Nintendo, because they milk you dry, especially with this. It's not the Switch Pro that everyone wanted. It's not increased performance. It's not anything. Because let's remember, what's the Switch running? Like 720p or something? Like it's not even HD. I don't know, but it did come out. It is there, and for anyone who does want one, or maybe want one for their kids so they can be the cool guy at the lunch table before the cooler guy steals it from them, you better get it now, because scalpers have already gotten a hold of this and they're jacking it up. You know, $150. It's going for around $500 on eBay right now. So if you want it for the holiday season, my advice is to get it at this moment, because I don't think it's going to be around for a while. Now, I think it's personally stupid for anyone to buy one of these, right? So that's why I bought two.
Jackass.
We're going to be doing a giveaway on this channel pretty soon, where I'm going to be giving away one of these. One of these y'all can't have, though, because it is mine. But I think that's going to wrap it up for us today. We will be back here next week. And if I can find the outro button, there it is. We will be back next week. Everybody like the video. It really helps out with our reach. Subscribe. That just helps us out, because it does. We will be back here next week to tell you the non-important news and the important stuff about it. Good night, everybody. Don't watch the news. Non-apologetic news. Non-apologetic news.